Okay, senior one, this is another part of the lesson. This is for conditionals, grammar, important grammar lesson, of course. Maybe there's something wrong here. Conditionals, yes, that's it. The conditionals, important lesson, repeated since middle one till senior three. Okay, let's start. Of course, when we talk about conditionals, we have four conditionals or four if conditionals. We talk about zero, first, second, and third conditional. And there is mixed conditional as well. You're not going to mention now, but you have to know about it later. But now we talk about zero, first, second, and third conditional. Of course, the zero conditional is used for things that are always true as long as the condition is met. For example, we say all scientific facts. If you heat water until degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. If I drink too much coffee, I get a headache. So these are facts. Or I talk about myself to say something always happened to me, like a kind of fact for myself. So here we use if conditional. Of course, we have two clause. Clause means a sentence, complete sentence, and a comma, and another complete sentence after. So if conditional is a sentence of two clause. If conditional, the sentence is conditional present simple, and the other sentence is present simple in case of zero condition. Here, of course, is a kind of exercise. It's so easy if you expose it to heat. So choose from the other column here. What's the answer? It's easy. No need to answer. Let's go to first condition. The first condition is used to predict the result of a future action, things which might happen in the future. So when we predict things which might happen in the future, possible to happen, not impossible or anything, it's possible. So we use present condition, first conditional. If conditional is present simple tense and the other clause is will plus infinitive. Will. So present and will. Present and will. This is first conditional. Possible situations in the present or in future. First conditional, second conditional, both of them refer the present and future. Again, important. First and second conditionals, both of them refer future and present. They have no relation with the past. So here we talk about first conditional, something possible to happen now or in the future. So we can say if she gets good grades, she will go to the university. If she gets good grades, she will go to university. Gets here, present simple. The other part of the sentence is will go. Will plus infinitive. We can start the sentence the other way. She will go to the university if she gets good grades. If can be in the middle of the sentence and it's okay. The most important thing is that present simple at the same sentence of the same clause of if. You will fail the exam if you don't do more work. So here if is in the middle. So and what else? The sentence of if or the sentence of if. By the way, when we put if in the middle of the sentence, we remove the comma. We remove the comma. So it's one sentence, one clause. We don't make two clauses like if conditional when it's at the beginning. So if in the middle of the sentence, it's one sentence, one clause, no commas. So here, if condition, the sentence of if condition is still present simple, but in negative form. If you don't do more work, if you don't do more work, this is present simple in a negative form. The most important thing is the meaning. So you will fail the exam, will plus infinitive, if you don't do more work. It's okay. This is first conditional. Okay, let's answer some. If you some eggs, I some coffee. So if you cook some eggs, I'll make some coffee. Okay. Two, my brother, his car this afternoon if he enough time. So my brother will wash his car this afternoon Okay, my brother will wash his car this afternoon if he has enough time. This is for first conditional, easy to be done, of course. Okay, if you send this letter now, she will receive it tomorrow. If you send this letter now, she will receive it tomorrow. So if I do this test, I'll improve my English and so on. Of course, easy exercise. Second conditional. The second conditional is used to talk about situations that are unlikely or unreal. It can refer to present or future. As I mentioned before, second conditional refers to present and future exactly like first conditional. What's the difference between them? First conditional refers possible possible situations. Second conditional refers unlikely or unreal. The sentence we talk about is the opposite of the truth. So this is the meaning of second conditional. We talk about something imaginative. We just imagine. So this is the difference between second conditional and post conditional. First conditional. First conditional, present plus will. Second conditional, past plus would. So first conditional, present will. Second conditional, past would. Okay? If I were you, I wouldn't do it. Of course, I'm not you. So this is, I just imagine, I just suppose. So if I were you, I wouldn't do it. Here, would is negative form, no problem. The most important thing is the meaning. So if I were, this is past. I wouldn't do, this is would, negative form. Past simple, would plus infinitive. Okay. Here, if was at the beginning of the sentence. As I mentioned, it can be in the middle of a sentence, but here please remove the comma. This is a mistake. It's a mistake here. I'd learn Italian if I had the time. I'd learn Italian if I had the time. Here, I started with would. I'd learn if I had. This is the past simple. If plus past simple plus would in the second clause or second part of the sentence. Okay, if you were me, of course you'll use were with past in past simple. If you were me, um, what would you do? This is the answer. What would you do? I just imagine or ask you to put yourself in my shoes so you can tell me what to do. Okay, first or second conditional quiz. This is nice. Um, clarifies the difference between first and second conditional. So if the situation is possible or real or normal to happen or not to happen, just possible, it's first conditional. If the situation is unreal or just I just imagine or I just hope for something or the fact now is something else, so it's second conditional. If I be you, I forgive him. So this is second conditional because I'm not you. So if I were you, I would forgive him. If I were you, I would forgive him. Okay. If you phone me, I come to the station to meet you. If you, this is possible. If you phone me, I'll come. So if you phone me, I'll come to the station to meet you. This is number two. If it rain on Saturday, the school picnic be cancelled. So is this possible or not? Yes, it's possible, of course, to rain or not to rain on Saturday. So rains, if it rains on Saturday, the school picnic will be cancelled. Here, this is passive form, will be cancelled. I haven't got his phone number. I invite him to my party. If you give me his telephone number. So I haven't here, he started the sentence telling me that I haven't got his phone number. So He didn't have the phone, so he didn't call him, or so he can't call him because he doesn't have the phone number. I will invite him to my party if you give me his telephone number. So it's possible if you give me, I'll call him, and so on. Third conditional. The third conditional is used to speculate about the imaginary result of things which didn't happen. Didn't happen. Third conditional refers the past. Is the only conditional between, yeah, among one second, first, second conditional refers the past. Third conditional refers the past. First and second conditionals refers the present and future. So third conditional refers the past. Things didn't happen. Maybe we regret. Maybe we hope it didn't happen. Maybe we are sad and angry and complain. Maybe I complain you for something didn't happen. I wanted it to happen, or the opposite. So it talks about past. Okay, let's go to the example. If you had studied harder, you would have passed your exam. Okay, here we talk about the past. If you had studied harder, you would have passed your exams. Of course, the meaning here that you didn't study harder, so you didn't pass. So I complain you. We are sad. We regret. If you had studied harder, you would pass. You would have passed your exam. The form here, past perfect, with if conditional clause, and would have past participle on the other part of the sentence. Had past participle. This is the song I want you to remember all the time because you still forget. Had past participle, would have past participle. This is third conditional. Had past participle, would have past participle. Okay. So here we wouldn't have been late if we hadn't missed the bus. If here is in the middle of the sentence, so if sentence is with past perfect all the time. If it started with if, past perfect with her. If it's the middle of the sentence, past perfect with her. So we wouldn't have been late, would negative form, have been if we hadn't missed the bus. So the sentence here that we we would have been so what happened that we were late because we missed the bus. Okay. Third conditional. Number one is answered. Sam didn't get up early. He was late for work. So make it in third conditional. If Sam had gotten or got gotten sometimes in American language. So if Sam had got up or had gotten up early, he wouldn't have been late for work. Okay, number two, we didn't bring our umbrellas. We got wet. So if we had brought our umbrellas, we wouldn't have got wet. Jack didn't study, he failed the test. If Jack had studied, he wouldn't have failed the test. Again, if Jack had studied, he wouldn't have failed the test. But the fact is, he didn't study and he failed the test. Okay? I rode the bicycle, I fell off. So if I hadn't ridden the bicycle, I wouldn't have fallen off. Okay? Please notice the negative or positive form. So you make the correct meaning. So don't mix negative and positive. So you reverse the meaning or make the meaning in the wrong way. Okay, this is just a summary for types of conditionals, form, and example for each. Mixed conditional is important, but we're not gonna talk about it today, so you won't be confused. It will have its own class for mixed conditionals. Okay, here we have conditionals without. Okay, Let's together. This is important, by the way, important lesson. Of course, any exam can include such a lesson. Okay, let's see how to make conditionals. The same idea, the same meaning, like if conditional, but without using the word if itself. We don't use the word if itself. Okay, what's the alternatives? What's the alternative of if that give the same meaning? Okay, let's see. We make conditional clauses with if. These clauses usually express a condition, sometimes which must happen first so that something else can happen, as of course we know. There are mainly three types of conditional clause. First, second, third. We explain that. Okay. An example. An example is given below. If you invite her, she will come. You have to invite her, otherwise she won't come. This is the example we mentioned many like first conditional. Here, the first thing you need to do is to invite her. If that doesn't happen, the second thing won't happen either. We can also make conditional clause without if. This is the point I want to say. Study the examples given below. Focus here, please. If I had known his real motive, I wouldn't have supported him. Okay, we can express the same idea without if. So we can remove this if. What to use instead of to use had? Had. This is second conditional. If I had sorry, this is third conditional. If I had known his real motive, had past participle, I wouldn't have supported him, wouldn't have past participle. So this is third conditional. So in third conditional, if I want to remove if and to use another word to express the meaning without if, I use the word had. This had, I put it here. Okay, this I reverse it as if I make a question. So I say, had I known his real motive, and I complete the sentence normally, I wouldn't have supported him. So for third conditional, I can use had instead of if. Okay, this is one. Another example is given below. If I had realized the importance of physical training, I wouldn't have wasted my time in front of the television. The same one. Here I say, had I realized the importance of physical training, I wouldn't have wasted my time in front of the television. Okay. If problem arise, we will seek professional help. This is here we talk about first conditional. If problem arise, present simple, we will verb infinitive form. So this is first conditional. So in third conditional, we use had instead of if. So what about first conditional? Here, this is first conditional. The same idea can be expressed without if, but we use another word, not had. Here we use should instead of if. So we say, should problems arise, we will seek professional help. So the same here we would seek. But here we say, should problems arise instead of if problems arise. So should instead of if in the first conditional. Had instead of if in the third conditional. Okay. We can also, so now we talked about third and first conditional. What about second conditional? We can make conditional forms by putting where at the beginning of the sentence. This is for second conditional. Second conditional. Where are you? I wouldn't permit this. The main sentence or the sentence is, if I were you, I wouldn't permit this. If I were you. Here, this is if. What did I do here? In the second condition, I removed this if and used where at the beginning, then the I. So where are you? If I were you became where are you? This is second condition. Conditional sentence can also be made with unless. We have the expression unless means if not. Unless you work hard, you will not pass. So the meaning here, if you don't work hard, you will not pass. Okay, this is an easy exercise. Let's do one of it. Rewrite the following sentence here. Were it not for the internet, my life would be more peaceful. Okay, so here I can, if there is no internet, so this is a second conditional, so past simple plus would. So if uh, we didn't have internet, if I didn't have an internet, the most important thing to be past simple, my life would be more peaceful. Okay, two important lessons today. Senior one, I put them in the upload them for the at the school site with the titles, narrative tenses and conditionals. Please study them hard. Thank you.